Good day, everyone. This is Chris back again with the Ancient Scholar. Sorry it's been so long since we've had a proper video. I've actually, as I've explained in another video, I actually have several videos waiting to go that I've been doing on a screen capture program for the iPad known as ScreenChomp. They continue to have technical difficulties with they get what's known as an error 2 message when you try to upload the video to their cloud. And unfortunately, they do not have a way of retrieving the videos off of your device, which would be really nice. I could synchronize my iPad with iTunes, pull the video off of my iPad, and promptly put it onto YouTube. Like iVideo, or iMovie rather, and some of the other programs that are out there. Unfortunately, I can't do that with ScreenChomp. I am looking at another screen capture program right now, and it just does not allow me to do what I can with ScreenChomp. It's not as it doesn't respond as well to my finger motions, and it's really difficult to write on. It's not very legible. It is an option I'm considering. It's not the best option, so. At this point, I'm back to drawing on a whiteboard in front of the camera. But be that as it may, I want to go ahead and get a video out. And this is actually a video on a kind of a really cool question. One of those, I suppose, what you could call an esoteric question. And it's a question I've often asked myself, and that is, why is glass transparent? Why can I see through, say, glass or maybe water, or something like that? What's going on there? Well, when we ask ourselves the question, why can I see through glass, such as a glass window? What we need to recognize, first of all, is what exactly are we seeing? And what I mean by that is what type of light. So what type of light? Okay. That is to say, is glass transparent to all types of light? For example, I can look at glass and I can see visible light. I can see light come through that glass, and it hits my eyes, and I detect it, and I can see things moving around outside because light is being emitted from those objects. But is that to say that those objects are transparent to all types of light? Interesting question there, and that perhaps can lead us into a really good discussion. So the answer to that is no, and there's a really neat story about one of my heroes, Richard Feynman, a very popular physicist, probably one of the greatest American physicists, was instrumental in developing the quantum field theories, specifically quantum electrodynamics, and was, of course, very good at explaining things to lay people such as myself. And kind of bringing science into the mainstream public. He was one of the first real scientists that was able to really successfully do that, and followed by others such as Carl Sagan and so on and so forth. Well, what he did is he actually worked on the atomic bomb during World War II in Los Alamos, New Mexico, and when they detonated the first atomic bomb at the Trinity site, they were some distance away. And everybody wore goggles to protect their eyes from the ultraviolet light that was emitted. Obviously, you had lots of radiation coming from this bomb, and all high-energy photons in the form of ultraviolet light was a concern. So they wore goggles to protect themselves. What Mr. Feynman did was he actually got inside of a Jeep and looked through the window of the Jeep as the bomb detonated, and he didn't go blind or didn't have any long-term visual damage that he or anyone else is aware of, and he actually got to see the atomic bomb detonate without wearing these glasses and these goggles. And the question is, why? What's going on there? Well, glass, the glass that is apparently transparent to visible light, is not transparent to ultraviolet light. And if you guys remember from my photochromatic lens video, you saw me put the glasses inside, or I talked about putting my glasses inside of the vehicle, and the glasses would not change, they would not darken, because they darken in response to ultraviolet radiation that breaks some bonds, primarily the silver chloride bonds. Well, ultraviolet light was somehow absorbed, so if I had ultraviolet vision, and I only saw in ultraviolet wavelengths, if I was inside of a car, or maybe I was inside of a box surrounded by glass, by window glass, I would probably have a very difficult time seeing what was going on outside, because most of that ultraviolet, those ultraviolet waves, that ultraviolet radiation, ultraviolet light, would actually be absorbed by the glass, and it wouldn't make it through the glass. So the glass, while transparent to visible light, is opaque, or nearly opaque, to ultraviolet light. And therein, I think, is a very interesting question. Even more interesting than the original question of, hey, why is glass transparent? Well, it's actually not transparent. It's only transparent to certain types of light. And I believe I'm going to go ahead and just cut off there, because that's just sets us up to really work on some interesting theories in the next couple of videos. Okay, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you enjoyed this question, and as always, thanks for hanging in there.